Hi, I'm Marty Nemko. Yesterday I talked with you about considerations in deciding whether to have a baby. Well, today I turn to the opposite pole, ending one's life. Here is a composite letter and my response. Dear Dr. Nemko, I'm 75, have two so-called underlying conditions, heart failure and cancer. The docs think I have a year or two left. You must have 6 months or left to live before they'll let you go into la-la land with doctor-assisted suicide. I know my year or two won't be life as usual. I'll be getting weaker and with ever worse pain, plus treatments that probably won't work well enough to be worth the side effects. I'm scared to end it, and not because I think some miracle breakthrough might give me my life back. I'm scared because even though I live in one of the 10 states where assisted suicide is legal, as I said, you have to be within 6 months of dying. So I'd have to off myself by myself. They say that a pistol in your mouth is the most foolproof way, but if your hand shakes and mine will, I could end up a rutabaga. Drug overdose? Even if I can get enough of the right drug, there are too many stories of attempts that just made the person that old rutabaga. My chances of success are even worse if I jump off a bridge. Now what? Here's my response. I agree that it's humane to allow people to gently and reliably end their life whenever they want, often called death with dignity or physician-hastened death. But mainly religious forces, which are still surprisingly strong, have been obstructionist. They claim to preach love, but in prohibiting people who, after due consideration, decide that they'd be happier if we're over, those clerics are, I believe, not being loving. I won't offend you by asking if you've carefully considered the wisdom of your decision. Sounds like you have. But I can't resist asking a couple of questions. Do you feel any obligation to keep contributing for a while longer? There may even be things you couldn't have done as well until after you've lived a long time. For example, mentoring, if only your kids or grandkids. More esoteric? Other people and the fates seem to have granted you a decent life. Do you feel any obligation to enjoy the fruits longer, even if it's just to listen to music or stare at a flower? Okay, back to your desire to figure out how to end it. There may be options you haven't considered. For example, deathwithdignity.org mentions stopping drinking fluids. The quote is, "Dying from dehydration is generally not uncomfortable once the initial feelings of thirst subside," end quote. You might want to discuss your options with your doctor or, if you prefer, some other physician. Deathwithdignity.org suggests, quote, "You're more likely to find a participating physician in a non-faith-based hospital," end quote. Before you end it, be sure you will be leaving the legacy you want. Yes, it's often wise to leave most of your money and property to family members, but sometimes that's done mainly to avoid disappointing the family. Of course, consider their feelings and extent of need. But also ask yourself where your life's accumulation would do the most good, the bequests you would find comforting during your final days. Also ask yourself how you'd really like to spend your remaining time, doing what, with whom, or solo. For example, some people like to create a memoir, whether in text, audio, video, images, or combination. If you're not up to creating one yourself, maybe a family member or a friend would be honored to do it. I would guess that developing that memoir with you would be rewarding for both of you. In conclusion, at the risk of cliché, I do wish you wisdom and contentment in facing this ultimate challenge. In any event, I do thank you for watching. I'm Marty Nemko. I welcome your thumbs up and accept your thumbs down. I always look forward to your comments, and I especially like it if you hit the share button below, share on your social media so that my efforts can have broader impact. And I am flattered if you choose to subscribe to my channel. And in any event, I do thank you for watching. I am Marty Nemko.